thankfully, the salmon guy, his name is Pete, was coming on Monday. Salmon are here. Yay!
They're going to be about the size of maybe from your knuckle to the end of your index finger there. So they're not going to be very big.
If you make a little like house for them, they might think that there's going to be more of them out in the wild.
Well, that's a good point. Quite often when you have things like that, like fake sticks and big rocks and stuff, that is something we'll find. Be mindful that there might be a drip of water come down near your eyes, so watch. Sorry if that happens. What is it?
I got little glass.
I think that's what the spoon was for.
I can only see one dot.
Yep. That's again what this is for. So I'll just kind of give them a push around.
I can see. Whoa. Is it across? Yeah. I see one. I see a two-headed. Oh, now you can see a lot. Why didn't we just put them straight into the ground?
That's a good question. You can. That's perfectly fine. It's just you wouldn't see them. So this is all so that you guys can actually see what's going on.
Do we really need like that?
So that's a good question.
Yeah, we do.
Do we need
to get it? Make it dark. To be dark.
Exactly right. Yep. So these guys, as I mentioned earlier, this all happens in the gravel, buried, which is very dark.
How does it suck up the water into the filter?
So there's a little motor right here.
What's that big tube next to that big metal thing?
It's causing this kind of little liquid to go through those coils that takes out heat from the tank.
Why can't they just eat the eggs of the bugs in there? Do they have to eat them like when they hatch?
It's a lot easier to find these little bugs when they're hatched because they're out and about looking for food themselves. When they're in the eggs would be underneath rocks and on rocks, and maybe they're harder to find. Plus, they'd be really, really small.
I was on a trip, and we went to the sea, and we saw a dead eel chewing plastic.
Oh wow! Well, plastic, that's a big issue.
I live close to the Humber River. I used to go down and stay in there's a little park.
Yeah.
Then we walk down, and sometimes we go stop by this little nook. And we just gonna sit down and watch all the salmon trying to jump over.
Yeah.
This kind of salmon when they're in the ocean, they go down this stream with a lot of bears.
Yeah.
And they have to like jump and try to make it like over like this like big thing of water.
Yeah.
And bears stand on there, and I think only about 3 or 4 get it.
I'm so happy he came in because he answered all of those like technical questions about the tank. After Pete was able to answer those questions and then he showed them the salmon and he put it in the tank, the discussion that followed that whole process now allowed them to access some of their knowledge that they were already. For me, while I sat back there, I'm making notes vigorously because I'm like, finally, the questions are coming of things we could dive deeper into. And then you heard those personal connections. Some of them live near the Humber River. They may never have connected what was happening or paid much attention to that amazing opportunity they have to see the salmon returning to Lake Ontario. What they eat, and you didn't hear the question or sort of the lead up to that, but he was pretty much asking about what kinds of things are they going to be eating, and would they eat the eggs or would they wait for that to hatch and then come out, and like they're just starting to open their minds because all of those curiosities have about the tank have passed, and now they can really reflect on the actual salmon and that experience and dive deeper. The idea of just letting kids explore a topic, whether it be a big one or a narrow one, and letting them come to questions or understanding or whatever conclusions, that's just like that's inquiry in itself.